Okay, so I know it's been a while for the behind the scenes of restarting my great aunt's business, greeting card business. I was gonna leave these on the floor over there and start the video, but I forgot to. I mean, it's taken a while to scan all of these. I didn't scan, of course, each and every individual one, but I scanned a lot of variations. Give you an idea here of what I've been doing. Okay, so I've been scanning, and yeah, this is 2020. This is the greeting cards I've been scanning, and I've been just going through. Let's see, like one that has a lot here. Easter, that has a decent amount. There's the most I think I have is 15. That's down here. Just did it. Yeah, Catman, Pet Cat. Where is it? Here we go. Bunch of different variations. So what I've been doing is I'll scan a high resolution. Actually, I'll do this. High resolution, and then the second one, low resolution. Actually, this one has two high resolutions because I like this one. But most of them, actually all of them except for this, has just one high resolution. Many of them have the blank too, that I'm able to scan and maybe even, well, yeah, definitely sell on Etsy or on my website for anybody who wants to just print this out. This is scanned to scale, about an average greeting card. I might try to take that out, but yeah, so I guess what's been taking so long has been just looking up things about Bitcoin, learning things about, also was having a little bit of doubts on what scanning software to use, whether I should use Silverfast or stick with Epson because of the color. I was pretty much set on Epson because I figured the color was more accurate and it was sharper. Then I was looking into bit depth, and they both scan at 24 bit depth, and I was thinking maybe I could lower the kilobytes for a 16-bit depth type of scan. I don't think none of them do that, and I really didn't look that deep into it. I was already tired of going back and forth. I also read through the Ordinal Theory Handbook. I was able to find rendering. Maximum size as it's displayed is a 576 by 576 square. Glad I found that, because some of these larger, let's see, like something like this, when scanned at 100 DPI, comes out to like 800 by like 400 pixels. So I'd have to scan those at 72. So I have 3 different versions of any of those. I'm glad I didn't have to go back and like fix that problem. But then as I was reading though, recursion, because there were things on here I couldn't really understand and how they would fit into anything I'm doing. Somehow I didn't find it through here, but I just, was on YouTube or something. I found, this is a video I haven't seen, but I found this video, BTC Ordinals Recursors Visually Explained, and that's when I realized, okay, wait a second, this project, let's see, where is it? Is this the video? Because in the video, he has the link to, oh no, this isn't the video. Recursive. It's on my Twitter. I'd have to go. I was going through this for a while because I forgot. I was kind of in like a little messy order on the floor there. Floor forms. Here we go. What? I think that's just a link to what I messaged them, because I asked them. Floor forms. So this project used recursion on, what else deconstructed? Okay, here we go. Yeah, okay, Floorform. So yeah, in this video, this project used recursion, and they were able to, through code, put, he said this is a 15 megabyte image. And the file size on here is 160 bytes. It was kind of a little difficult to understand, but I messaged some programmers. I even put an ad out on like a Discord page saying if there's any programs that want to help me, Bitcoin Ordinal developers, because this thing can get pretty complicated, and I have a feeling I don't even need to lower the resolution of any of these images I have. I could just use the a resolution at that comes out to 2 megabytes, and you know it's almost overkill for 800 DPI. That comes out to 2 megabytes. I don't even need that for these drawings. So with recursion, but I think recursion is also the way it works. It's based on another either random ordinal somewhere or an ordinal project you can pick, and it's kind of linked to that project in some ways, because an ordinal is 1 Satoshi, but you can't just exchange 1 Satoshi like $1 bill. You have to exchange like a minimum of like 1,000 in a transaction. So I think the way these recursions work and how you can get large images onto Bitcoin is through a coding mechanism in recursion. So there's that got me into contacting a bunch of developers, and because I'm not going to learn that in time for anything to apply, and I've got other things to focus on. So that's there. I spent a decent amount of time also learning about just even cybersecurity, basic things about Bitcoin and nodes and things. That took some time. I definitely got to upgrade my whole computer system here. But that's where I'm at. That's where I've been, and I'm almost done scanning. I just got these left to scan. I've got I think, despite all the stress I've gone through with learning about different ways of scanning, let's show you the comparison. So back in 2020, all these scans, everything we did, that comes out to 4.02 gigabytes. So I've scanned so many of these at high resolutions, high quality. The ones that are of lower resolutions are about the size of the card itself when on the screen, and just a perfect size to put on a vector.io, and you could then scale that to max. And so far I've got 143, so there's going to be 160 total. So with all of that, it comes out to 320 megabytes. So in total, it'll be probably under half a gigabyte when I'm all done, including all of these, and the photos. How much are the photos? 45 megabytes. So in total, it'll be half a gigabyte when this in 2020, because we were using TIFF files and it wasn't necessary to use a TIFF file for any of these, because the high resolution JPEG, you get enough detail, you get the marker detail. It's not like a photo. So half a gigabyte for way more too, because I'm scanning variations. Then I'm double scanning, so I'm scanning one at a high resolutions and then another variation, that plus the photos of her, of Julie, different things too, and edited versions. That's all going to come out to half a gigabyte. So it's incredible when you really break things down, how much information a computer can hold, it can do, and when you really break down the details of what you really need, how much data you could save. So that makes me think about all the data my grandfather, all the photos he took them in RAW, all the digital photos, and he kept the RAW files. And he even told me, how long is this video? So yeah, well, that's fine. He even told me when I was younger, Ken Burns really got into JPEGs. All you need to do is shoot is JPEGs. And he told me, well, I'm saying it like he knew Ken Burns. as he was reading and learning about digital photography, he was telling me of a guy, Ken Burns. He has his website, I think it's kenburns.com, that really emphasized the utility and how useful just using a JPEG, just letting the processor right in the camera. I mean, unless you take a really high dynamic range photo, or you're really going to use editing software, Photoshop, now Darkroom or Darktable, and so Darktable, I'll give it a shout out. Even GIMP, but like mostly just like that high. If you really go into it, you know, raw photos aren't really that necessary. They take up a lot of data. I mean, nowadays it's not a big deal, but with all the photos he took, I bet you, because I think they take up like 2.5 terabytes, all the photos he's ever taken digitally. 300 gigabytes are all the pool photos that he's scanned so far. I think there may be more yet to scan in these two things. I bet if they were converted all to JPEG, high resolution JPEG, deleted the raw files, it may come down to like 500 gigabytes, or maybe even less, like 300 gigabytes. From what I've seen here, this is 1/8. So 1/8, well, not even, this is even less because it's 300 megabytes. So this is like 1/12 or even less, but it may come down to like 1/8. So 1/8 of 2.5 terabytes, you know, do the math. That's like, yeah, that's basically like 400 gigabytes. So it's crazy with, I guess, how much information. I was finally settled on, let's see, this is something that was laying around in one of the piles here, so I just kept it. But as an example, this is compression level 16, which is like 84%. So that's like 5.6. So that's the compression level JPEG, you know, at 80%, even at 50% with high DPI was coming out really good. I mean, maybe 50% was a little too little. But 60% was fine, 80% was really good. But with Epson Scan, I think also another reason I kept Epson Scan was, oh, I didn't need to scan this. I think I kept Epson Scan because, yeah, no matter how much I changed the compression level, it didn't affect the size of the image too much. So a high compression level was able to still maintain a lower file size. I guess that's another big reason I kept Epson. So that's it. That's where I'm at. It's since probably the last video. I think it's been like 2 weeks or something, but very slowly I'm just been focusing, finishing scanning and learning about how cybersecurity works, learning about how Bitcoin ordinals works, little by little recursion, things like that. So that's where I'm at now. And yeah, it's been pretty stressful to say the least, but I think at this point I'm gonna contact developer or just try to sell this as greeting cards on Etsy, copies, whatever of the copies I've made. I'll put on like a green card, print on demand thing, maybe t-shirts, maybe products, and then just try to advertise on social media and even put on there if anybody wants to pay in Bitcoin. That's to fund an Ordinals project NFT, because who knows if that'll be popular as popular NFTs were. Because it's a little different. You have to understand UTXOs. It's different than just Ethereum, where it's easy to just like, it's on the internet, you buy. Plus all the scam hype is already out and known that it's not, at least with Ethereum, it's not really what you're getting into. With Bitcoin, it's different though, because it's actually on Bitcoin. So the chances of it being around for like a time capsule for a long time is much greater, considering I think Bitcoin is something that'll be around a lot longer than definitely most of the cryptocurrencies, but maybe even Ethereum. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. And let's see, I lost my train of thought. Actually, oh, here's another thing. I actually even somewhere I saw a video. that made me even doubt the whole Bitcoin system itself in some ways. Like, I've seen other videos of people doubting it could be like a Ponzi scheme, but I'm sort of over that because I've seen enough videos of people talk about the technical aspects, how legitimate it is compared to other forms of money, that it's like digital gold, so it's a little different than like exchanging money. But I forget where, but I don't know, that kind of gave me a little hiccup there. But I mean, at this point, this is essentially, Bitcoin is essentially a way for me to just like sell art, like an NFT in some ways. I mean, I could always go to Ethereum or Solana or anything, but from what I've seen from people who are, they call them Bitcoin maximalists, that, well, especially like a project like Solana is considered like completely centralized, but even Ethereum. I mean, at the end of the day, I guess I'm just here to sell art. So, especially with, you could say the, what is it, the ethos of Bitcoin, if that's the appropriate, yeah, is it ethos? Yeah, the ethics of Bitcoin. It's a finite amount, it's decentralized, there will be no more ever created. A lot of the art you see, you know, although it's created, what's different, it's created digitally, the origin is digital, this is actual scan. This is also a finite amount. So I've got a finite amount that I've scanned. I mean, you have to trust that, but once this is all finished, I mean, at this point, I'm advertising online, and, you know, there's only so much I could really, like, milk these. I mean, there's blank versions that I could, you know, there's only so far I'm even actually willing to go with some of this, too, because my initial idea was just to put the one larger one on Bitcoin, but then I looked into it, and you know, the price and the fees and everything, and then I figured, okay, I'll make a smaller version, I'll just put one, so it'll be a total of 160 greeting cards on Bitcoin. But now I'm thinking maybe I'll put some variants too on there, but probably not. I mean, I still got to get a lot of attention on social media, so that's where I'm at. Just a lot of scanning left to do. Well, not that much. All right.